and welcome to the video. Today I'm going to be going through 5 teams who are in the top flight in each of the top 5 leagues in England. So I'm going France, Italy, Spain, Germany and England is the 5 leagues we're talking about here. I'm going to pick a team out of each who surprisingly have never actually won the top flight. So this is basically a list of teams who might be ideal for like a short burst save for maybe 3 or 4 seasons. Nothing ridiculously bad. But if you like and what you see and find the list useful, feel free to like, comment and subscribe. It'll just fire around the list to everybody else. Basically, the more you like, subscribe, you know you like and comment the video, it'll fire it around to people more. And if you subscribe, you'll see more lists, I guess. But as well as that, if you want to see how I get on with playing the actual game on stream, or just want to come and share the views with me, saying I'm crap and why am I doing this? You know, I have a link. I'm streaming on Twitch, and the link is down there. It's over there as well. And see how we get on with that. Now I've got that YouTuber stuff out of the way. Let's get in here now, see what way we're going. The first team up is Bayer Leverkusen. I know what you're thinking. Well, what do you mean Bayer Leverkusen never won the league before? Well, they haven't, which is amazing. They've come second a couple of times, but that's as near as they've got. Runners up 5 times, 97, 99, 2000, 2002 and 2011. Never actually won it. Won the German Cup once in 1993, and that's it. And runner up in the Champions League in 2002. In fact, my abiding memory of Bayer Leverkusen is that in 2002 they were comfortably top of the league in the final of the German Cup and the final of the Champions League, and won fucking none of them. Now, in that position, surely you have to win one. I can't even remember who they were actually playing in the 2002 final. It was Real Madrid in the Champions League. I don't think it was Bayern. It was another team, I think, in the Cup. But they just imploded that year, and that was a whole lot done. But Bayer Leverkusen, look at the facilities here: 30,000 stadium, 20,000 seats. Good corporate facilities, excellent training, excellent youth recruitment, good academy coaching. So you have a basis to build on here. You have a team who historically bring through top level sort of talent, and the list of teams who haven't won the German top flight is surprisingly low, considering where Bayern have been going recently. In reality, it was sort of, in terms of big teams, you look at Leverkusen or Leipzig. Now, Leipzig are fairly recently into the league, and Leverkusen have been here below the age, which is why I picked them. But you have got a basis of a team who should be challenging. If you look here, you have the same players under the age of 23, pretty entertaining football, and don't sign anybody over the age of 30. You expect to reach the semi-final of the Europa League, desired, not required. Qualify for the Champions League, that is required. And reach the semi-final of the DFB Pokal, which is only actually preferred, so not too bad. You have enough here to build on. Look at the season preview, you're predicted to come third alongside Leipzig. So for the first season, you should be achieving them targets, in particular the League One. But you look at the potential players: Leon Bailey. He's in Villa in real life, but he's here for the season. Musa Diaby, Paulinho, Axel Palacios. You've decent youngsters there. You've Jonathan Tah and Schick, who I think has also moved on in real life, but they're here anyway in the game. So it's the base game, it's the revision for the transfer window, but they have a decent enough squad here to build off of, so everything is doable. A 3 or 4 season burst, you should be able to win the German league. Although trying to dethrone Bayern is hard, but after 3 or 4 seasons, it should be doable. And we'll head into the next team here now, so we'll. Next up, we're in France, where the list of teams who haven't won the league is surprisingly small. In fact, I think only Stade Rennais are a sort of a semi-big team who have never done it. Every other big team has done it at least once or twice. So you're sitting looking at like it's the obvious big option to pick from. You have a team to build off the back of here. You have Nsonzi on loan. You have Borregiod, who's pretty good, centre midfielder. Well, and of course you have Camavinga. 20 million. If you can keep him, the idea here is 3 or 4 year save. You should be able to keep him for most of it. Keep him till he's about 19 or so, and then sell him for 60, 70, 80 million. Should be doable. And then maybe with the money you get for him, with the last year, you can hit Europe a proper assault. Presumably by that time you've already dethroned PSG, sell him, get 70 million in, and build what's left of your team around it. So, in terms of that, that's not too bad. Club vision, you have to develop players using the youth system. Desired, you can still buy your stars, but maybe pull your squad players from the youth system. Maintain the club's global reputation. Right? Work within the wage budget. You're expected to be competitive in the Champions League, which isn't too bad. You're only expected top half in the league, which is quite frankly frightening for a team who's coming off the back or coming fourth. I forget where Stade Rennais actually finished in real life, but top half should easily be doable. And qualify for the quarterfinal of the Coupe de France, which is alright. The next season, work towards qualifying for the Europa League. You just have to keep going towards the Europa League, which is fairly easy. As I say, Stade Rennais have never actually won the top flight. Third place, 2020. That's as near as they've got. Went out of the French Cup the year before, but that's it. So steady in the league, steady as she goes, and you should be alright. It's not too hard of a challenge. So it is easy enough to build off the back of, so it should be. Finances are 46 million, so you've no need to worry there. $500,000 transfer budget, which you're using, or wage budget, sorry. You shift that over. 263 wages, so if you give yourself, say, there's 9 million, you've 87 grand left to spend, you can go out and bolster your team a couple of bits for that. If we get it here, you're predicted to come 6th. Go out, bolster your team, should easily be able to challenge like a Lille and Marseille right off the bat. So you're heading towards Champions League already. And everything else should be alright. You're going on ahead. And as I said, the board aren't really pushing you too bad. It's more keeping the youth system going. But, so you have pretty much got a solid base here to build from. So we'll head on to the next team here now. Next up, we're in Spain, and we're monitoring the real-life Europa League winners of this particular season, Villarreal. Now, with Villarreal, you have a lot of talent near the top end of it, like you have Pau Torres and Moreno's the obvious ones. But if you look down at it, Coquelin's still fairly good. Very good centre midfielder. Go down. Mai Gomez as a playmaker. Actually, it's just inside forward there, but going ahead. Really, maybe slightly underrated in this game. As he is. You've a decent shell of a team to build around here. So you have, maybe sell Pau Torres 50 million. You can get the whole lot in again, or just leave it be. But you're predicted to come 8th in the league. There's a clutch of teams there from 6th to 9th. They all have the same odds. Should also be challenging Valencia as well for 5th. Not too bad. And if we come to the club vision, desirable to develop players using the club's youth system. It's alright. Sign players under the age of 21. Favoured. Fair enough, that's not too bad. Reach the semi-finals of the Europa League. Doable. Qualify for the Europa League again. Doable. And this is the hard one maybe. Reach the final of the Copa del Rey. And you have to develop the best youth system in the country. They're looking you to do that. The 5-year challenge is to become recognised as the best of the rest. Basically become the 4th best team in Spain. You should be able to do that within maybe about here, and then use the next 3 to sort of rattle the big 3 and see if you can conquer it. You know, Villarreal, you're in the Europa League this year, so shouldn't be too bad. You're able to go in. We look at finances, 22 million. Just under $1 million a week. Budget, 13 million to spend, not too bad. Projection, you should be able to study this one out. But put this all into wages. 300 grand potentially spent, and what was it at? There, 13 million with 50 grand to spend, so maybe go out and get one big player who's on the transfer list. You know, let's look at who is transfer listed here, just wait over here. Just to see what we're getting. But, you know, there's Vasquez at Sevilla. David Santon at Roma. You know, depending on what you're looking, it's here. Gaston Ramirez at Sampdoria if you need a playmaker. It is doable. There is players to be bought. And change that to slightly interest, you probably would get an a wee bit. Joe Victor, if you're looking at a winger. And, you know, the players are there to be got. You can probably pick up 2 or 3 of these guys. If it's squad players you feel you need, you should be able to pick up a good few, alright. And it's Villarreal, like you're sort of expected to do alright. In terms of club honours, they have never actually won the league, which, fair enough. Runner-up 2008, 3rd in 2005. They had a shack on relegation a few years ago, but other than that, they've been sort of steady. Have never won the cup, so maybe that's a challenge in here. Win the cup at some point in your 5-year challenge and just power on. But Villarreal should be alright, shouldn't be too bad. And we'll head in here now for the next team. So the next team up is Parma. In Italy, you haven't actually got a big lot of teams to pick from, so you haven't. I've went for Parma over most of the other ones because of this historical sort of period they had in the 90s. Well, they were runner up in Serie A, 3rd place twice. Won the Cup Winners' Cup, won the UEFA Cup, and brought through a hell of an amount of talent. Cannavaro, Thuram, Crespo. There's a list of players who played for Parma in the 90s. Buffon, who's there in real life now, but not in the game. But as you see here, you've actually have you entered Napoli as teams, have you? As sort of feeder teams? Bit weirder in the same division, like Inter as a loan from Napoli, loans Sampdoria, or an affiliate of Parma. It's just a friendly, it's not really anything in it, like, but you know, in fact, I have a friendly arranged here now. You look at the squad, you've Dormian, who's due to go out. You're getting 2.3 million for him, which isn't great when he's valued at 8 lakh, but you have a decent enough squad. Cornelius in on loan for the season. He's actually joining permanently, so he is. Fair enough. He's on loan, coming in for 6.25. Conte's coming in permanently. So you have a few transfers here now coming in. Bonnie also. So he's leaving, so he is. Or no, he's coming in. But you have a decent enough squad here to build off of. Your Gervinho, Kuka, and Sappi here all to build from. They're fairly decent players. Get a look at Gervinho. Good player for most Serie A teams. Be alright. Acceleration, very versatile. And can basically play anywhere along the front 3. But As I say, club vision for the long term. Sign players from the lower level of the domestic game and sign Italian players is what they're preferred and favoured. So maybe one, if you're going to use this to build from sort of the lower end of the leagues, maybe decent. You're only expected mid-table and to reach the first round of the cup, so they're doable. You're expected to get into the top half in the second season and just carry it on. I'm going to say this now. I'm currently streaming with Barry and I'm in the second season and I'm playing Parma in Serie B, so maybe this squad isn't as good as the board's expecting. I would warn you that now. You know, if a player actually takes it over, it might be different. It might be fine. But it seems alright. Say club info there. Financially, 12 million. 833 a week budget. Currently spend 778. So you have 54 grand and 7.85 million. Put it all into wages. You can actually get 205 grand a week. You know, where it's at was fine. Maybe go we nudge this way a bit. There's 6 million and 88 grand. So wage budget. So you're looking at there now. Go in, sign youngsters, take a route, maybe take a year and scout Serie B and see where the youngsters, good youngsters, are at on it. That's where you get it at. And towards the end of your 5-year plan, forget top half, go in there and actually rattle the big teams. You know, your Juventuses, your Inters, I know. You're predicted to come 14th, so mid-table's realistic. But after 4 or 5 years, you should really be rattling these big teams. And that's it. Like, you just go on ahead with it, and you should be fine. So we'll head in here now to the final team. If you haven't worked out, it's going to be an English team. So we'll get into that there now. And my final pick for this is Southampton. The only two teams in the top flight who have never actually won the Premier League or the First Division is Southampton and West Ham. Now, West Ham, of course, famously won the World Cup for England, if you believe West Ham supporters, but amazingly never won the league. So I picked Southampton because it's more of a 5-year using the youth, generally slightly better. Plus, I don't really like West Ham, to be honest with you, so that's why I picked Southampton. You know, but what I'm going to say here about Southampton also applies to West Ham quite a lot. You know, you have decent youth financially. 101,000 West Ham, I take it's probably not too far off this. It's the Premier League. Money will just flying in. The only problem you have with the Premier League is actually selling players because they're high wages here. Trying to get them anywhere else, terrible normally. But yeah, the first season at Southampton, you only have a 1.5 million transfer budget and 50k wage budget, which isn't great. Put it all in wages, you only get 78, so maybe say for just, so maybe just put that back roughly where it was. Right there will do. But at Southampton, you have fantastic youth facilities. You know, Ward Price come through Southampton. I don't think Jay Adams was. No. You know, you'd get players through Southampton consistently. And again, as I said, also plays the West Ham. But in the under 23 squad, you have 5-star potential. Andrzej Jankovic, 18-year-old. Kegs Chouk, who's 17. You know, there's two good midfielders, under 18s. You haven't really got anything this year, but if we look at club info on facilities, you have a 32,000 seater stadium, which is fine. Superb training, superb youth, Category 1 youth level. Good academy coaching, and excellent youth recruitment. Basically, Southampton are known for being a very good youth development team. And in terms of your club vision, yeah, you're required to develop players, so that's fair enough. Play attacking football, sign players under the age of 22. Play entertaining football. Do not sign anybody over the age of 28. Sign players under the age of 23 for the first team. Very demanding, but these all line yourself towards using the facilities, which is what I would recommend you do here. The expectations for the league. Top half, which might be a bit difficult. Reach the 5th round of the FA Cup is doable. 4th round of the League Cup doable. Develop the best youth system in the country, doable. And develop the Premier League's best youth system. It was fine. Only real change down here. Couple of seasons in, get to the Europa League, which should be doable. And then it's just sort of keep the top half going. You know, if we look for the first season, Southampton, you're predicted to come 11th, so you're not too far off top half. Leeds have the same odds as you, should be fine. And you have enough money there to go and buy one player, so you do basically. So try and pick out a weakness. Donny Ings isn't there in real life anymore, but he's still here, still thumping goals in for you probably as a centre forward. You know, looking down this here, I would maybe suggest go and buy a good goalkeeper. Just take all your money that you can afford and throw it at goalkeeper that you can get. Would be my advice here. For McCarthy is your first choice, and he's alright, but he's not really what you want. Forrester, again, meh. He's actually your first choice, but you don't want to be relying on him too much. You don't. So that would be my recommendation here. So that's it. That's the 5 teams. To be honest, if I was picking one for a short term, I would probably go Leverkusen. You know, you already have the most of it there. You have the best base to build off of. You're the only one who should really already be qualifying for the Champions League. So you're looking at 3, 4, 5 year series. If you're looking at a 3, 4, 5 year game, 3, 4, 5 season, I'll eventually get it right. 3, 4, 5 season sort of game. Leverkusen the best one. You're already in the Champions League, so it's not too much to sort of build on and expect to sort of challenge for it come the end of it. So that's it. That's the video. That's everything there. Again, as I say, like, comment, subscribe, helps the video get about. I'm streaming on Twitch, links down in the description and over there. And I should just say thanks for watching, goodbye, good luck, and I wish you well.